Hiya! Welcome! It's pretty early in the morning and I'm recording a video that I didn't expect I'd be recording. I'd planned to over a month ago. It's for a subscription box, but this is one that should have been sent out on or around the 24th of October. It wasn't. It was at least 2 weeks, getting on for 3 weeks later when it had said that it had been sent out. And then I'd still not received anything until Hermes came late last night. And this is the subscription box in question. This is the monthly Vinyl Club subscription box from the Retro Store, and you can get this subscription direct from them. I, however, went with the subscription aggregator, you could call them, website UOpen, because they were doing this sub box for £10 less than its normal price. This should normally be around £30, but they were doing your first month sub for 20, and they were also offering an extra 10% off with a code. It's finally arrived. I actually got a refund on this. When I said to UOpen that the Retro Store were just being really apathetic and vague about delivery, they apologised and said they had a lot of complaints about them, and they gave me a refund. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the video, because as it's here, I still want to review this subscription box. I've never had this mystery box before, and I was really excited to order it. Still excited to see what I've got now. As you well know, I've been collecting a lot of records over the last few months, and to get 3 mystery records is pretty exciting. In fact, what I'll do, I'll head over with you to UOpen's website and I'll show you basically a truncated version of how I ordered this particular monthly Vinyl Club box. I really like UOpen's website. It's got a massive range of different subscription boxes from all sorts of categories, as you can see as I scroll down this list here. And as it's a UK site, all these will obviously ship to the UK. So how I ordered my Retro Store vinyl box, I went to the music and film section. There's a few different choices there, such as a guitarist gift box, DVD locker, seems a bit old-fashioned now, but whatever. And here's the Retro Store ones in this section. They do a monthly cassette club, and of course the Vinyl Club is the one that I chose for $19.95, normally $29.95 each, but it's been on sale. So you add the monthly subscription to your basket, it's free delivery, you get 3 records. Add the subscription to your basket, and then you can choose from as many or as few of these genres as you like. I think I chose 80s pop, 80s rock and electronic originally. I'm just doing it again here just to show you how easy it is. So you add it to your basket, and you can see there is the initial £10 discount, and if you put that thanks 10 code in, then you'll also get a further 10% off, making it £17.96. So it was easy as that. No problems with UOpen's website whatsoever. The actual company Retro Store themselves, that's a different issue. I guess all that's left to do is to get this open and to find out what 3 mystery records I was sent. So this is technically supposed to be October's box. It's now the end of November. I don't need a slizzle because we've got a nice tab here. So let's just pull this. Try not to look too hard. Oh, that's good. It's got the flaps so that I can't see what records they are. There you go. Happy spinning, does that say? I'm trying to read it sort of reversed here. Share your listening setup on social media. Tag us at the Retro Store UK. We love seeing your snaps. Yeah, well, I'll see about that. Oh, I can see this drumstick bar sliding out. I did see that they do that for some of their subscription boxes, the Retro Store. They put sweets in them as well, which is a nice little touch, I won't deny it. As well as cassettes and vinyl records, they also do a comic subscription, which I imagine a lot of viewers to my channel would be interested in. And also a video games one. I think there might be a slip here or something. Yeah, it says, welcome to your November box. It's really supposed to be the October one, but whatever. Nice enough little note from the owner, just a generic sort of welcome to the subscription. We've got to dive in and see what records we've got. I said which genres of music I picked earlier on, so let's see how accurate it's been. Right, so the first album, I'm assuming it's got to be an album rather than a 12-inch single. Could be a 12-inch single. I know Jason Clow did this Retro Store monthly vinyl club subscription as a one-off probably a couple of years ago or more now. I will link to his video in the description, and he was disappointed with them, and I think one of the records was a single, but that wasn't what he was disappointed about. Anyway, our first record is... Wow. Well, you know what? I'm pleased with that. That is a good first pull. I mean, really, I will have to take it out and inspect it, but this looks good condition. This is, of course, Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac, and this is an album I really like. I don't think I've ever heard the entire album, but I've definitely heard all the singles from it, and probably a few other tracks as well. I'm very pleased with that. That's great, actually, as I like Fleetwood Mac, particularly 1980s Fleetwood Mac. Also, these albums have come in these little polythene sleeves as well, which is nice. I think this looks like an original release. The sleeve looks very good condition, actually. I'm impressed. It's got a nice hype sticker on it there, talking about a couple of the singles, Big Love and Little Lies. It's nearly sliding out there. And it's got the original inner sleeve, and it's got lyrics on it. I'm very impressed so far. I mean, I know there's still 2 more to go, but what they've sent me and the condition of it so far, I can't complain at all. Here is the actual album itself, and it looks great. Bit dusty, but to be expected. That is a good first pull, actually. Retro Store, I do have problems with the amount of time this took to be sent out and your vagueness and everything, but for actually what you've chosen so far, and with 1 down, 2 to go, I am very happy. But a couple of really classic singles on here. Fantastic, actually, yeah. Record number 1, I am delighted with. Okay, can we make it a dynamic duo? Feels like it's come in a protective polythene sleeve again. And the next one is... Oh, okay. I'm pretty pleased with that. Not an album I'm familiar with, it's an act I'm familiar with. Big Audio Dynamite. Their lead singer Mick Jones, he was originally in The Clash. Yeah, funnily enough, I was listening to some Big Audio Dynamite stuff on YouTube only a couple of weeks ago. I never expected to get their album. The album is called This Is Big Audio Dynamite. Hard to tell whether this is like their debut album or like a greatest hits. I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to look for a copyright date. Maybe that'll give me a clue. Nothing's jumping out at me yet. It's on the CBS label, by the way, and I can see there is a bit of bad condition to the sleeve there. That doesn't tend to worry me too much. I know Jason, not suitable for mum, he's quite keen on having sleeves in good condition, and I am as well, but when it's second hand I tend to be a little more, as long as the record itself plays fine. I don't mind if the sleeve is a little bit tatty. I wouldn't want it to be too tatty. This is Big Audio Dynamite. Yeah, see, we've got creases there and kind of a crease there. And the Fleetwood Mac album is in brilliant condition. Like, there's minimal creasing to that, I'd say. Whereas this one, there's a lot more. But these second-hand records, these, you know, what do you expect? So hopefully the disc itself will be decent condition. Big Audio Dynamite. Side 2, side 1. I think the copyright on here is 1985, so this could be their debut album rather than a hits compilation. but the record itself looks decent. There again, there's a bit of dust, but that's to be expected. Doesn't look like there's any warpings or major scratches or anything. You can tell it's not the sort of modern 180 gram vinyl, as it's a lot lighter. Didn't expect that, but I'm happy as I've been listening to a little bit of their music, and it'll be great to actually listen to one of their albums and discover more. So BAD, Bad Big Audio Dynamite, with This Is Big Audio Dynamite. That is another good pull. I am very, very happy so far. I can say condition-wise, this one has seen better days sleeve-wise, but I can't really moan, especially as this box ended up being free. I mean, even if I'd actually paid the price and not got the refund, these records would have worked out at under £6 each, which for full albums in playable condition, you can't really complain about. Okay, so we should have one more record to go in this box. It's been a lot of fun, this, actually. I've really enjoyed it, partly why I signed up to this sub. Trying to get it. And right, okay. This is a bit unexpected. I doubt this is in any sort of genre that I've picked. So I picked stuff like 80s pop and 80s rock, and this screams 70s. This could be an 80s album. There again, I'm looking out for some copyright years on here. But this is Night Moves by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Okay, I've heard of them. Yeah, it's not something I would go out and buy. This, it's on Capital EMI. Once again, nice protective polythene there, which also has a little retro store sticker on. Condition's pretty good, actually. I'd say Big Audio Dynamite was the worst condition of the three. There we have Bob Seger and his Silver Bullet Band. I think that one must be Bob Seger, as he is also on the front. I don't really know anything about this band. I've heard of them, and I probably have heard some of their music. So let's get this out. Oh, so it's quite nice because obviously we've got the record in an inner sleeve, but we've also got this rather nice, this is like an inner sleeve as well. We just separated it out, like a nice sort of envelope style one, and it has song lyrics on the back and an image of the eponymous Mr. Seger there. Is it Seger or Sega? A bit of a look at the record. I'd be interested to know the date on this. 1976, so yeah, I didn't ask for any 70s stuff. Nothing against getting some 70s music. Really, the 1970s, in a way, it's the decade that, music-wise, I really need to expand my knowledge on, because, yeah, I'm into a lot of the late 70s punk and new wave and post-punk, you know, Public Image Limited, Joy Division, things like that, but a lot of the early mid-70s stuff, there's certain singles I like ones from Slade, T-Rex, etc., David Bowie, but albums and stuff I really haven't listened to a lot in the 70s at all. This is Night Moves. I wonder if this was an album they just had a lot of these. They found like a job lot of the same disc somewhere and putting them in sub-boxes, even for people who didn't ask for 1970s rock, because that's what this is going to be. It's going to be 1970s American AOR, is that what they call the radio stuff in America? Condition-wise, the disc looks very clean, no scratches, as far as I can tell in this light. The album I'm least excited about in this three, but I will give it a listen because it came in this subscription. Oh, now one thing I have noticed actually regarding sleeve condition is this split here. I don't think that's anything to complain about too much. That, I think I could fix that with a bit of sellotape actually. But I do need to just be a little bit careful of putting the disc back in with that split. So I'm going to try and do it a little more carefully, and hopefully I will get this rather nice lyric sleeve thing in as well. So yeah, there we are. Overall, I'm very happy. Bob Seger was not really what I'd asked for. I know it's a mystery thing, and you have to really take what they've got. But Tango in the Night, Fleetwood Mac, I know how good this album is. It's fantastic. Massively delighted with that. That is something, if I saw it cheap somewhere, I would have picked that up anyway. So, brilliant. Big Audio Dynamite, although the sleeve has seen better days. The disc itself looks great. I am really looking forward to listening to this. And Bob Seger, I will listen to it, and you never know, I might end up enjoying it. This is the least exciting pull from this mystery box for me. Night Moves by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. I am pretty happy. So, would I order from the Retro Store again? I don't know. I said I wouldn't when it looked like I wouldn't be receiving this. I thought, no, they're never going to send me out this sub box. They've had the chance, and I just sort of resigned myself to not receiving this, especially once You Open processed a refund for me, and they said they'd had a lot of complaints that month about the Retro Store. So it wasn't just me, it wasn't like an anomaly. They had been really incompetent for a lot of their customers. But it did arrive eventually. I don't know if this is like a 1 or 2 person operation, as it kind of suggests it might be. There's this guy Peter Donahue who is leaving a note in there, so it could be him and his wife or something just running this whole organisation, sending out vinyl records, video games, etc. to people. Maybe I'll give them another go. The full price for this normally is $29.99 or thereabouts, which is not bad. You still get 3 records for a tenner and it's free delivery. I would rather pay around what I paid or was supposed to pay the first time, which is under 20, especially with the condition of some of these. I wouldn't want to pay too much for those records in a charity shop or second-hand record store or something. Seeing slits in the sleeves and a lot of tatty creasing and stuff. It's really Big Audio Dynamite and Bob Seger where the creasing has let down the overall condition of this sub box. Maybe I'll give them another go. Not for a while, I don't think. They also do a cassette club, and I'm quite into cassettes as well, so that's generally a lot cheaper anyway. That's around £13 something for 3 cassettes. Cassettes, you tend to get them in better condition, even if you end up with a smashed tape box, due to your postman being a little bit haphazard. It doesn't matter because they're really easy to get replacements for, so you know, you can't really grade a cassette's packaging really, because generally you can just go out and buy spares, whereas you can't really go and buy exact replica replacement sleeves like this. So there we are. That is probably quite a long video, but I wanted to have a deep dive and a really in-depth look into this Retro Store mystery box. I want to thank You Open, they're a great site, go and check them out, and they do a whole range of subscription boxes, just the right sort of thing if you're into mysteries and getting surprises and stuff. I do recommend you go check them out and use that code THANKS10, 10% off your first sub box. The Retro, thank you to them, I guess. It's nice that I did finally get this when I didn't expect to. I still think it's a shame it took so long and I was not really told why or where it was, but there we are. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. I'm going to go now and listen to Fleetwood Mac or Big Audio Dynamite or the almighty Bob Seger, one of those. I'll probably listen to Fleetwood Mac first because I know I'm going to enjoy that the most. Until next time, I do hope that you all join me for my next music and vinyl record related video. Cheers everyone. See ya!